If you have not done your English practice today, then stop right here. We're doing 5 minutes of British English listening practice. And we do this every day in the same place. So YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Today, the topic is burnout. I always look at the topic before I start recording, and then I get 20 seconds into the video and I forget what the topic is. I am useless. So the topic, burnout. What is burnout? Burnout is a noun, and it's also a phrasal verb, to burn out. So as a phrasal verb, it is 2 words, burn and out. But then as a noun, burnout is 1 word. What is burnout? It is when we work way too hard, when we work way too much, and we crash. We hit a wall, we can say. So we get too tired, basically. We get over it. We don't want to do it anymore, think about it, look at it, and we just want to rest and relax. And maybe you're getting really stressed and your relationships are going terribly and you have no motivation. So burnout is a very bad thing. And I think over the last few years, burnout has become a lot more popular, probably is the wrong word, a lot more talked about. People are considering it, talking about it, and doing things to prevent it a lot more often. I think, especially within big companies, they're paying more attention to it and stopping employees from burning out. Have you ever burnt out? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear all about it. So I have never burnt out at work, but I have definitely burnt out with studying. So you might have heard me mention a few times about university and that I didn't really try very hard. I didn't take university very seriously. Not as seriously as I could have done. I did try very hard, don't get me wrong. But I didn't try anywhere near as hard as I did for my A-levels. Now, A-levels are the exams that you do when you are 17 or 18 years old. It's the end of your school / college / sixth form, I guess, era, that period of your life. And when you do A-levels, the grades that you get basically decide if you get into university or not, or maybe they decide which university you go to. Now, I really wanted to go to university. I really wanted to study the course that I did study. And I was worried that I wasn't going to get the grades. And I was finding my A-levels quite difficult. And I was worried about one of them in particular, 1 or 2 of them in particular. So what I did was work very hard. But I worked a bit too hard. So I would go to college, I would do a full day in college. Even if I didn't have lectures all day, I would be studying hard all throughout the day. I would come home and then in the evening I would revise. So revise, study, the same thing. So I would do revision. So to revise or to do revision is to basically just look back at everything you have done. So essentially just studying. And I was revising lots and lots and lots and doing lots of practice questions, basically just all day, every day, and doing a lot of work on the weekends as well. And I definitely burnt out. And I think that's where I peaked. I reached my peak in, let's say, academic performance. And after that, it fell off a cliff. It dropped a little bit, you could say. And I think that's because I burnt out. I wanted to get to university so badly. I tried so hard and it paid off. I actually got I got 1 A star, which is the top grade you can get, and then I got 2 A's. So I did very well. And I think the burnout happened right at the end. So right when my exams were happening, which was kind of okay because I managed to do an exam, and then that means there was less content to study for. By the end, I was so bored and I was so over it. And I think that burnout kind of just carried into my university life, and I couldn't really be bothered to work anywhere near as hard as I did. Anyway, have you guys burnt out? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you back here tomorrow.